Shawnee Nordstrom sent out Ika. McKaylee. Wall Peak! With the shot, McKaylee Ika. The timeout will be granted to Lisa Dalebelt. But McKaylee Ika, just like the semis, hits the shot to send Wall Peak. Welcome into Game Night Live Rewind. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart is always presented by Haddam Associates, and also brought to you by Western Governors University. And I don't know how we're going to encapsulate this, but the 2022 6A Girls State Championship game was, well, in the words of Barney Stinson, legendary.
It was fantastic. I mean, Dusty, this felt like the year of Fremont all year long. And Lone Peak was always out there, but the question was always, are they good enough? And we got the opportunity to see in the state championship in what was an epic state championship game, one that, well, you'll remember for a long time. I'll remember for about 24 hours because I'm not that smart. But it was a heck of a battle, and both teams deserved to be here. In the end, only one could cap it off.
Well, first, before we get into all the stuff at Lone Peak, we have to do this because rarities. Second player ever to win or be awarded a McDonald's All-American, Tamia Gardner. What a run. Tamia, best of luck to her at Oregon State. And then a member of the junior national team, Maggie Mendelson. They couldn't do more than they did in this ball game.
Right, they both finished with over 20. They had a really good contest, and I know that there are going to be opportunities they're going to think back on and wish they had again. But look, that does nothing in terms of they still had stellar careers, right? And should be very proud. 4 or 5 straight region championships. They do have a state championship from last year. This was a great run for Fremont, still a top 25 team in the country, but today just came up short against a team that made plays when they needed to.
Well, talk about plays when they needed to. How about the last play offensively for Lone Peak? McKaylee Ika, just like she did in the semis, she came through in the clutch when it mattered most. McKaylee, okay, we've asked everyone else their viewpoint. Give us what happened on that final play.
The final play, we didn't have it set up for anyone specifically. We just thought, get to the basket. As I got on the wing, I saw an opening to the lane, so I took it. As soon as they came out, shoot it.
McKaylee, I think we asked Coach Warner about it. She said, I thought it was going to miss. We thought it was high off the glass. What did you think as soon as that ball left your hand?
It was going sideways. I was like, oh, please go middle. But as soon as it banked in and went in, I was well, I guess I could shoot from anywhere.
Well, and you got pretty good practice. I mean, you get the game-winning shot in the semifinals, won the finals. I mean, what else is left?
I don't know. We practiced last-second shots and situationals in practice, so I thought that it was time to use that.
You know, you guys shot the ball from long range incredibly well in the second half. You finished 11 of 23, almost 50%. What changed at halftime for you guys? Because it felt like everybody started hitting threes more consistently and hitting big-time shots. You had a couple yourself.
We were locked in. We knew that we were still down by halftime, and so we thought that we had to come out second half even stronger than we did the first half.
Yeah, how fun was it to see Nawahine Tawila get going that second half? Because she's your lone senior, and in a big moment, she stepped up.
It meant a lot. She's our only senior, and we got really close this year. We all really love each other, and so we did it for her, knowing that she was going to leave, so last game of the season, might as well win.
And lastly, talk about Coach Warner. How fun is it to play for Nancy Warner?
She's the best. She games plans, she stays up all night working on things that will help us, and she's really trustworthy. We trust her, and she just helps us. And we trust her, she trusts us, so it works together.
Well, congratulations, McKaylee. So much fun. Congratulations on the championship.
Congratulations.
You know, McKaylee had a chance at end of regulation, didn't go down, but we talk about that one at the end of semis. She gets to the rim and finishes. Dane, this is a clutch player, as clutch as it comes for Lone Peak.
Pretty remarkable, and those are going to be the two that you think of, but think about the three she hit big late on one.
Right.
Gardner Close has the patience to wait for that, able to drill. Like, she made some big-time shots outside of the game winners. She did it all tournament long for Lone Peak.
Well, from McKaylee, how about Kaylee Woolston? She is really the temple of this program. She is the best player, and she had an outstanding game as well.
Kaylee, you know, in the first half, you guys hit a couple early threes, but then just couldn't quite get it going consistently. Second half, that seemed to change. What changed for you guys offensively after halftime?
I think we just leaving the play behind us and just playing play-by-play and not worrying about the misses, because we're all great shooters, and even if we miss, we'll just keep shooting, and they'll eventually go in.
You guys are all underclassmen except for Nawahine. She was absolutely clutch in the third quarter, down double digits, You talk about her play and how sweet it is to see her get something going.
Yeah, she held us together. She brought us back in that, and we just trust her. We would trust every one of our teammates to take those shots, and she was awesome.
Yo, you guys were undefeated. Cap it off undefeated. What is that like? And did you guys ever feel that pressure?
Honestly, coming into this game, I don't think we really felt the pressure because everybody thought we were the underdogs. So the pressure was on Fremont, but we just came out and just took it to them.
You know, we go against a team like Fremont. What does it take to beat two players, a McDonald's All-American, someone else who could very well be an All-American, and what you guys did today? What does it take to do that? And
they're awesome players. They're going to go do great things on the next level. And just as a unit, we have to beat them. We can't beat them as individuals. We have to come together and just do it together.
The progress of this program, you've been a part of it. How awesome is it? Quarterfinals, semifinals, you get to the championship and then bring it home.
It's just crazy. I can't even believe that it's happening. It's just taking one game at a time, and then now it's done. It's crazy.
Kaylee, congratulations, state champion.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Congratulations, Kaylee.
So soft-spoken, a beast on the floor, so soft-spoken and understanding off the floor. Kaylee is one of the most skilled players in the state.
Absolutely, and you talk about this game, had a couple of good looks from three in the first half, didn't go, so why I asked that question, what changed, right? And love the way she became more aggressive in the second half, really attacked the rim. I think she finished with 25-26 to help lead Lone Peak. But you see her leadership at times, bringing the group together, talking them through the situations. We get one more year of Kaylee Wilson, cannot wait. But man, you could tell her leadership on the floor, making key shots in the second half when needed.
Well, this team is full of underclassmen, and one of the better underclassmen, one of my favorite players to watch, Shawnee Nordstrom. You talk about coming through in the clutch and making plays. Shawnee Nordstrom absolutely typified what that meant. And Shawnee, first of all, tell us your viewpoint of when you saw that ball go up from McKaylee.
Man, gosh, it was amazing. I just felt like she is clutch. She had a winning shot last game, and I knew she could make it. I knew when she shot it, she was going to get it through the hoop. It was just like relief, and that we did it, So that's how I felt, yeah.
Shawnee, this has been a program that feels like the last couple of years always take that next step.
Yeah.
What really prepared you guys to come and take on a Fremont team that was nationally ranked to be able to come out on top?
I think it's just confidence. We just had a lot of confidence, and I feel like we just love each other and just have that chemistry. We always hang out at school together, and we just come together as a team. Even if we make a mistake, we all come together and we're like, next play. And that's what I think helps us a lot.
You guys are down double digits in that second half.
Yeah.
You were kind of quieting it going. You got going. You made some crazy shots. What really got you guys moving there in the second half?
I think like I said, just coming together and regrouping. I think that's what helps us. And then we have an amazing coach, and she always, it's just great, and I'm grateful for them, and I'm grateful for my coaches.
I was going to ask, what's it like to play for Coach Warner? So respected, both high school, played college ball. What's it like to play for her? What have you learned from her?
I've learned, because I've personally struggled moving on with the next play, and she's helped me move on to the next play. And just playing for her, from the moment I talked to her, she was just really nice and inclusive and everything, and they're just family, and just give the family feel to everything, and I personally love that.
Well, Shawnee, you said that McKaylee's clutch, so are you. Absolutely unreal. Congratulations, 2022 state champion.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Shawnee.
Congratulations, Shawnee. What do you think about that play in one of the overtimes, I think double overtime, when she has to come across the lane, makes a really tough kind of reverse fading away lay-in over a defender, and those are the kind of plays that she makes, and I love the way she executes this offense, knows her role, fits it. I love she talks about fitting the culture here that is Lone Peak. It's been a beautiful match between Lone Peak and Shawnee Nordstrom in her first year there.
Well, at the head of it all is the head coach, and one of the best head coaches and one of the more fun people to be around. And you saw tonight how much she's loved, head coach Nancy Warner. State champion head coach Nancy Warner. How good does that feel?
It feels so good. I can't explain in words, but just so proud of the girls. What a game that was. Just to keep going and going and going, and proud of their effort to just keep battling, and just to take charge of the moments that they were in control of and just battle. And it went our way, and they finished. That very last possession came down to that wire. And Kenna made a huge shot once again for us, so that was huge. Just so proud.
Coach, talk about how you guys matched up with Gardner and Mendelson, because they had a big game, but you guys made them work for every bit. Bartholomew was strong. You did a great job with Nawahine and others, but talk about your post defense.
Well, Maggie and Tamir are just phenomenal basketball players. I mean, with all the accolades they have and clearly, you know, showing their talent on the floor. So for us, we just had to do our best every single possession, make them work for everything the best that we could, battle them, and then just keep playing our basketball, you know, pushing the ball and running on them. And so you certainly aren't going to take them away from anything, and they're going to get theirs, but we just had to keep battling, and it took a team effort.
How fitting is it? You're down double digits, and your senior, Tamila Nawahine, the lone senior, came up big and starts hitting threes.
Yeah, that was huge, right? I think she had 2, 3 at the end. Well, 2 specifically at the end, right? But a total of 3. I mean, that's huge, yeah. And I'm so proud of her. So happy for her. Yeah, just, I mean, that's the team. We're capable of that. And so for her to step up when we needed it most was huge.
Coach, talk about it's been a build at Lone Peak the last couple of years. You've always taken that next step. This year, you guys took 2 steps. What's it like to go undefeated and finally reach that state championship?
Well, it feels great, and it really is exactly what you said, just building. But it started, you know, way back when trying to build the culture and change the culture a little bit, and, you know, the leadership that we had, and you know, past teams, that they were all here, all behind the bench. And so it starts there, and then there's everyone coming in to buy into what that is and what we're about. And having leadership in McKaylee and Kaylee to step up last year as sophomores and to really take us to that next step. Really credit to them and their leadership to keep that, you know, going, and then to take that next step. So, you know, the undefeated record, we never talked about it. It was never something that we focused on, or, like I said, even mentioned. We were always just focused on the task at hand and let things take care of themselves as long as we gave the effort and focus on what mattered most, and then, you know, work together to come together.
Last question, your vantage point, McKaylee's shot. Walk us through what you saw, what you were thinking.
Well, the bank from my angle didn't look like it was going in. So when that went down, huge. But I think any one of those girls on the floor are capable of finishing that, and just so proud of McKaylee to take that confidently.
Well, state champion in playing, state championship as a head coach. Coach Nancy Warner, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
You know, Lone Peak students started the whole "We Love Quincy." Remember Quincy was championship?
Yeah.
Nancy Warner has been there for a long time. She's a teacher in the school. Been around. The outpouring and how quick that came, you know, and you see how much she's loved.
Yeah, and you know, I love her team celebrating her. I mean, when she's cutting down the net, it was "We Love Warner," right? And you know, her calm demeanor. She speaks from experience. She's won at the high school level. Was a great collegiate player as well, right here at BYU, and you see her change the culture of that program. This is a program that not that many years ago was finishing bottom of their region, and now they go undefeated. They have a region championship. We talk about that step-by-step build. I kind of thought this year they would get there, would fall short, and then next year would be that opportunity. But you see how much they love playing for her. You saw Shawnee talk about how much she loved Coach Warner, and there's no doubt that they play as hard as they do because of the culture she set and the way that she helps coach up those girls.
Well, congratulations to the Lone Peak Knights. An outstanding year, an outstanding run. You had to go through the best to be called the best. They are the best. Undefeated year. Congratulations to Nancy Warner and Lone Peak. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us and watching Game Night Live Rewind's coverage of the 2022 6A Girls State Tournament.